Have you ever had a moment so perfectly timed that it felt like the universe was speaking directly to you? Like thinking of an old friend, and suddenly they call you? Or asking for a sign, and seeing repeating numbers everywhere? What if I told you this isn't random? What if synchronicities are actually proof that your mind is connected to the universe in ways science is just beginning to understand? I'll reveal a powerful technique to increase synchronicities in your life starting today. You're going through your day, lost in thought, when suddenly you hear a song on the radio that perfectly describes what you're feeling. Or maybe you're thinking about an old friend you haven't spoken to in years. And moments later, your phone buzzes with a message from them. Coincidence? That's what most people think. But what if these moments weren't random? In today's video, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of synchronicities. We'll uncover why they happen, how they connect to quantum physics and consciousness, and, most importantly, how you can harness them to align with your highest reality. Stay until the end, because I'll reveal a powerful technique to increase synchronicities in your life starting today. What if you can read those messages, the subtle signals from the universe, guiding you, aligning you, nudging you toward your highest path? Here's the truth. The universe is always communicating with you. Most people just don't know how to listen. But once you start recognizing these signs, once you learn the secret language of synchronicity, your entire reality shifts. In this chapter, we'll uncover what synchronicities really are and why they seem to appear out of nowhere. Why they increase when you're aligned with your true self. How they may be scientific proof that your mind is influencing reality. And by the end of this video, you won't just notice synchronicities. You'll know exactly how to attract more of them and use them to manifest your desires faster than ever. Let's begin with the hidden pattern behind impossible coincidences. Everyone has experienced it. You're about to make a big decision, a career change, a move, a relationship shift, and suddenly a sign appears. Maybe you see repeating numbers everywhere. 1111, 222, 777. Maybe you overhear a conversation that answers the exact question on your mind. Maybe a book literally falls off a shelf, and its title is the message you needed. It's almost as if reality is responding to your inner world. And here's the thing. It is. These coincidences are happening all the time. But the reason some people experience them more than others? It's not luck. It's awareness. The more you open yourself to synchronicities, the more they appear. And once you recognize them, you realize they were there all along. You just weren't paying attention. But why does this happen? Why do these signs seem to multiply when we become more spiritually aware? The answer isn't just mystical. It's scientific. The psychologist Carl Jung was one of the first to study synchronicities. He noticed that people who experienced deep personal transformations often reported impossible coincidences happening in their lives. Jung believed that these events weren't just chance. They were a sign that an invisible force was aligning events with a person's inner world. A woman in therapy dreamed of a golden scarab beetle. The next day, a rare golden beetle appeared at her window. A man deeply grieving the loss of his father kept hearing his father's favorite song in the most unexpected places. A struggling writer debating whether to give up suddenly met a stranger who offered them an opportunity that changed their life. These were not accidents. Jung called it synchronicity, a meaningful connection between the inner world, your thoughts, emotions, desires, and the outer world, the events unfolding around you. And now, quantum physics is showing that Jung may have been right all along. We once believed reality was fixed, unchanging, and independent of human thought. But then quantum physics changed everything. Scientists discovered that particles change their behavior just by being observed. Matter is not solid, it exists as waves of possibility until consciousness interacts with it. Reality is not separate from you. It is responding to you. If your thoughts, emotions, and focus can literally influence the smallest building blocks of reality, then what does that mean for your daily life? Could it be that when you're deeply focused on something, a person, a question, an outcome, you are actually sending out energetic signals that shape the events around you? Could it be that the universe is mirroring back what you need to see, guiding you, answering your questions, revealing your next steps? That's exactly what many scientists and spiritual traditions suggest. And once you start recognizing this, You stop feeling like a passive observer in life. You realize you are co-creating reality, synchronicities, so they become more than just strange coincidences. So they actually help you align with the life you desire. That's exactly what we'll cover in the next chapter. We'll explore the most common types of synchronicities and what they mean, how to interpret these signs so you never miss an important message again, why some synchronicities keep repeating until you take action. Because once you understand the universe's secret language, you'll never feel lost again. You check the time. It's 11:11 again. You dismiss it as nothing. But then, later that day, you see the number again. On a receipt, a license plate, a random sign. A strange feeling washes over you, like the universe is trying to get your attention. And then, something even weirder happens. You're thinking about making a big decision. Maybe quitting your job, moving to a new city, or ending a relationship. And suddenly, you overhear a stranger say the exact words you needed to hear. You feel it in your gut. This means something. But does it? Or is it all just a coincidence? Most people would tell you that these moments are random, meaningless, a trick of the mind. But what if I told you that science is beginning to prove otherwise? What if your thoughts, emotions, and even your intentions are subtly influencing reality itself? Let's break it down. For centuries, science believed that consciousness was just a byproduct of the brain, a collection of neurons firing, nothing more. But modern research is challenging this idea. Neuroscientists have found that thoughts can affect matter on a quantum level. Studies show that human intention changes the behavior of subatomic particles. Some experiments even suggest that our minds are connected to a greater field of information. One of the most famous discoveries in quantum physics proves this: the double-slit experiment. Imagine a scientist firing tiny particles through two slits onto a screen. When no one observes, the particles behave like waves, passing through both slits at the same time. But the moment someone observes them, the particles behave like solid matter, choosing one slit or the other. This means that at the smallest level of reality, observation changes behavior. Reality doesn't exist in a fixed state. It responds to attention and awareness. And here's where it gets interesting. If subatomic particles, the building blocks of everything, are shaped by consciousness, then what does that mean for your thoughts? What does that mean for the signs, synchronicities, and experiences unfolding in your life? Could it be that when you intensely focus on something, a person, an idea, a question, you're actually influencing the probability of that thing appearing in your reality? Many scientists believe the answer is yes. The idea that your thoughts and reality are connected isn't new. Ancient spiritual traditions have always taught that everything is part of a vast, invisible network. In Hinduism, it's called Brahman. In Buddhism, it's called Indra's net. In modern science, it's called the quantum field. Physicists like Max Planck and David Bohm suggest that all of reality exists within a vast, interconnected energy field. And that means your thoughts don't stay inside your head. They ripple out into this field. Your emotions create energetic imprints that interact with the universe. Your focus and beliefs shape the reality you experience. This is why synchronicities happen. Because when you strongly focus on something, even subconsciously, your mind starts filtering reality to match that focus. Have you ever learned a new word and suddenly started hearing it everywhere? Or decided you wanted a specific car and then saw it on every street? That's not a coincidence. It's your reticular activating system, RAS, at work. The RAS is a small network in your brainstem that filters reality. It decides which information is important and which to ignore. It aligns your focus with what you believe, expect, and emotionally resonate with. This is why, when you start noticing synchronicities, they appear more often. Your awareness is tuning into a frequency that was always there. You just weren't seeing it before. And this is where things get really interesting. Because if you can train your RAS to focus on success, love, and abundance, you'll start seeing opportunities and signs that align with those desires. But if you're focused on fear, lack, and doubt, guess what? You'll notice evidence of those things too. So the real question is, what are you training your mind to see? If synchronicities are a sign that your thoughts are interacting with reality, then the key to experiencing more of them is to become an active participant. Here's how. 9. Say, show me a clear confirmation that I'm on the right path. Then, over the next 24-48 hours, stay open to unexpected signs. It could be a number, a song, a conversation, a dream. The key? Don't force it, just observe. Keep a synchronicity journal. The more you track your synchronicities, the more patterns you'll notice. Each night, write down any unusual coincidences or repeating symbols you experienced. You'll be amazed at how often the universe is communicating with you. Shift your focus to alignment synchronicities. Multiply when you are aligned with your highest energy. Want more synchronicities? Meditate daily to clear mental clutter. Surround yourself with positive influences. Follow what excites you. The universe speaks through passion. Because the more aligned you are, the clearer the universe's messages become. The next step: how to recognize and decode the signs. Now that you know synchronicities are real, scientifically supported, and deeply connected to your energy, the next question is, how do you recognize and decode them? Because once you understand how to interpret these signs, you'll never feel lost again. In the next chapter, we'll uncover the different types of synchronicities and what they mean, why certain numbers, symbols, and patterns keep appearing in your life, how to develop the intuition to know exactly what a synchronicity is telling you, because the universe isn't just speaking, it's waiting for you to listen. Number synchronicities, repeating numbers and angel numbers, seeing 1111, 222, 333, 777 frequently, looking at the clock at the same exact time every day, noticing specific dates or number sequences repeating. These are often referred to as angel numbers, symbols of alignment, confirmation, and spiritual messages. Common meanings: 111, 1111, you're manifesting rapidly, be mindful of your thoughts. 222, balance, harmony, and patience, trust the process. 333, divine guidance is with you, trust your intuition. 777, spiritual awakening and alignment, you're on the right path. If you keep seeing a specific number, pay attention to what you were thinking or feeling in that moment. Numbers are often cosmic nudges, reminding you that you're moving in the right direction. Words and phrases that keep showing up thinking about, making a big change, and then hearing the exact phrase, go for it. Reading a book and a sentence feels like it was written just for you. Turning on the radio and hearing lyrics that describe your situation perfectly. These are direct messages from the universe, delivered through the world around you. The key to interpreting them? Notice what's happening in your life when they appear. Trust your gut reaction. Your intuition knows what they mean. Symbolic synchronicities, signs from nature and objects. A butterfly lands on you while you're contemplating a transformation. A specific animal keeps crossing your path. You keep encountering the same symbol, like feathers, keys, or spirals. Or, nature communicates in a powerful symbolic language. Examples and meanings: butterflies, transformation, new beginnings. Owls, wisdom, deeper truths being revealed. Feathers, spiritual protection, guidance from unseen forces. These aren't random. They are reflections of your inner state, because the universe knows how to speak your personal language. Déjà vu and repeating situations, meeting different people with the same name over and over, ending up in the same situation again, like a lesson repeating itself, feeling like you've been somewhere before, even though you haven't. These synchronicities usually mean you're being asked to pay attention to a lesson or opportunity. You're at a key turning point in your life. You're energetically aligning with a new timeline. Now that you know the most common types of synchronicities, the next question is, how do you know what they mean for you? Here's the secret. Synchronicities are personal. They don't have one-size-fits-all meanings. Instead of looking for universal definitions, ask yourself, what was I thinking about when this happened? What emotion did this sign trigger in me? Does this symbol feel like confirmation, a warning, or guidance? Your intuition is your greatest tool. If a synchronicity feels like a message, it is. Now that you know how to recognize and interpret synchronicities, the next step is understanding why they intensify when you're aligned. Because synchronicities aren't just random signs, they are direct feedback from the universe. The more you follow your intuition, the more they appear. The more you act in alignment, the more obvious they become. The closer you get to a major manifestation, the faster they multiply. In the next chapter, we'll explore how your energy directly influences synchronicities, why manifestation becomes effortless when you tune into this flow, the science behind how your mind and reality interact at a quantum level. Because once you understand how to use synchronicities not just as signs, but as tools, you unlock the power to manifest faster than ever before. Let's keep going. You're walking through your day as usual when, suddenly, everything just clicks. Opportunities line up perfectly. The right people show up at the right time. You think of something, and within hours, you see it materialize in your reality. It's almost like the universe is conspiring in your favor. But is it really just luck, or is something deeper happening? Because if synchronicities are messages, then why do some people experience them constantly, while others barely notice them at all? The answer? It all comes down to your energy. In this chapter, we're going to uncover why synchronicities multiply when you're in alignment, how your energy influences what shows up in your life, the hidden science behind how reality responds to your frequency. Because once you understand this, you won't just notice synchronicities, you'll start creating them. Think of synchronicities as mirrors. They don't just happen to you, they are happening because of you. When you're in a low energy state, stressed, fearful, uncertain, synchronicities slow down. When you're in a high energy state, excited, grateful, aligned, synchronicities speed up. It's like the universe is constantly adjusting to your frequency. Have you ever had a day where you felt completely in the flow? Everything worked out. Traffic lights turned green just as you arrived. You ran into the perfect person. You stumbled across exactly what you needed. That's not an accident. That's alignment. When you are vibrating at the right frequency, life flows effortlessly, and the science behind this is fascinating. We've already seen that the universe is not as solid as we once believed. Matter exists as waves of probability until it is observed. Your thoughts and emotions create measurable energy fields. Everything in reality is interconnected at a quantum level. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Your brain and heart emit electromagnetic signals that extend beyond your body. The HeartMath Institute discovered that the heart's electromagnetic field can influence people and objects several feet away. Studies in neuroscience show that thoughts create electrical impulses that affect physical matter. This means that your energy is not confined to your body. It interacts with the world around you. The stronger your emotional state, the more powerful your frequency. Synchronicities are a reflection of how aligned your energy is with your desired reality. So the real question is, how do you shift into the energy that attracts synchronicities effortlessly? Think of reality as a giant radio station. When you're tuned into the wrong frequency, fear, doubt, resistance, your signal is weak. Synchronicities feel rare or non-existent. When you're tuned into the right frequency, clarity, trust, excitement, your signal is strong. Synchronicities flood into your life. This is why, when you're following your passion, synchronicities explode. When you're making decisions from fear, they disappear. Your vibration acts like a magnet, attracting experiences that match your energetic state. For example, ever noticed that when you're deeply in love, suddenly everything seems magical? Or when you're thriving in your career, more opportunities keep appearing? That's not just perception, it's physics. Your energy field is shaping what shows up in your experience. So if you want to experience more synchronicities, more miracles, and faster manifestations, you must align your energy first. Here's how to shift into alignment. Instantly, if synchronicities are signals of alignment, then the key is to train your body, mind, and energy to stay in that state as often as possible. Here are 3 powerful ways to do that. Experiencing elevated emotions like gratitude, excitement, joy, passion. Try this right now. Think of something you're deeply grateful for. Feel it in your body. Notice how your energy shifts instantly. This is the frequency where synchronicities thrive. Follow the path of least resistance. The universe speaks through ease and flow. When something feels exciting and expansive, it's guiding you. When something feels forced and draining, it's a sign to step back. Try this. Next time you're facing a decision, ask, does this feel light and exciting, or does it feel heavy and restrictive? The universe aligns synchronicities with your most effortless path. Take inspired action. Here's a common mistake. People think manifestation is about sitting and waiting, but synchronicities appear when you show the universe you're serious. Try this. Write down one goal you want to manifest. Take one small inspired action toward it today. Watch how synchronicities start aligning to support you. Action tells the universe, I'm ready. The next step, how to use synchronicities to manifest faster. Now that you know why synchronicities appear and how to align your energy with them, the next step is, how do you use them as a tool to accelerate your manifestations? Because synchronicities aren't just random, they're part of a system. They guide you toward your desires. They confirm when you're on the right path. They show you when it's time to take action. In the next chapter, we'll reveal the exact steps to attract more synchronicities into your life. How to ask the universe for specific signs and actually receive them. The one simple practice that makes synchronicities appear daily. Because when you start using synchronicities not just as signs, but as stepping stones, your manifestations start arriving faster than ever before. Let's move forward. Learn the formula to attract more synchronicities and manifest. Faster you wake up feeling different today. There's a sense of clarity, an unshakable knowing that something is about to shift, and then it starts happening. You see repeating numbers everywhere. A random conversation answers a question that's been on your mind. A door opens exactly when you need it. It feels like the universe is laying out a path for you, step by step. But here's what most people don't realize. Synchronicities aren't just signs, they are a tool. A mechanism you can use to align with your manifestations faster than ever. The more you experience them, the stronger your connection to the quantum field becomes. And when you understand how to activate them at will, life stops feeling random and starts feeling like pure magic. In this chapter, we're going to reveal the formula to attract synchronicities on demand. How to ask the universe for specific signs and actually receive them. A simple practice that will make synchronicities appear daily. Because when you learn to use synchronicities as manifestation checkpoints, you'll know exactly when you're on the right path and when to shift directions. Think of synchronicities as a navigation system. When you're aligned, they appear frequently, guiding you. When you're out of alignment, they slow down, telling you to readjust. If you've ever felt lost, uncertain, or stuck, it's because you've stopped following the signs. Here's the key. The universe is always communicating with you. The question is, are you listening? And more importantly, are you responding? Because when you acknowledge synchronicities and take action on them, you accelerate your manifestations. But how do you increase their frequency? Synchronicities are a sign of alignment. Then the key to attracting them is to put yourself in the right state. Here's how. Shift from doubt to wonder. The fastest way to block synchronicities? Doubt. If you dismiss signs as coincidences, your brain stops filtering for them. But if you shift into curiosity, synchronicities start appearing everywhere. Try this. For the next 24 hours, say this out loud. I am open to seeing synchronicities today. Then simply observe. You'll be amazed at how reality starts responding. But the secret is, you can ask for them. The universe responds to clear intentions. Try this. Before you sleep tonight, say, Universe, if I'm on the right path, show me a clear sign tomorrow. Then, let go. You might see repeating numbers, hear a specific phrase, or experience an unexpected synchronicity. The key? Stay open to how the message appears. Journal. Your synchronicities daily. The more you track synchronicities, the more you'll notice patterns. And the more patterns you notice, the more they will appear. Try this. Every night, write down any synchronicities you experienced. Over time, you'll start seeing connections that you never noticed before. This simple habit strengthens your ability to decode messages from the universe. 4. Follow the signs with action. Here's where most people go wrong. They see the signs, but do nothing. Synchronicities are not just confirmation, they are invitations. The universe is saying, go this way. If you ignore them, the energy fades. But when you take action, synchronicities multiply, guiding you faster toward your manifestation. Try this. Next time you experience a powerful synchronicity, ask yourself, what is the universe telling me to do? Then, act on it immediately. Even a small step strengthens the flow. The more synchronicities you experience, the more momentum you create. Here's why. They confirm you're in alignment, which boosts your confidence. They dissolve doubt, which speeds up manifestations. They guide you to the right opportunities faster. When you follow the signs, things that used to take months start happening in days. This is why people who experience high levels of synchronicity manifest their desires faster. They aren't lucky. They are simply paying attention. And now that you know the formula, it's time to take it even further. The next step, living in constant synchronicity. Now that you know how to attract and use synchronicities consciously, the next question is, what happens when you stop chasing signs and start living in a state of flow? Because the real goal isn't just to see synchronicities, it's to become one with them, to reach a point where life itself feels like a continuous miracle, where you don't have to look for signs because you're always in alignment, where manifestation isn't something you do, it's something that happens naturally. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to enter a permanent state of synchronicity, why some people experience miracles daily, and how you can too. The ultimate realization that will shift how you see reality forever. Because the final step isn't just using synchronicities, it's becoming the person who naturally attracts them. And when you do, your life will never be the same. Let's take this to the next level. There comes a moment in your journey when synchronicities stop surprising you, not because they don't matter, but because you've realized something profound. Your entire life is a synchronicity. Think about it. Every person you've met led you to this moment. Every random decision shaped your reality. Even the challenges guided you toward your highest path. Nothing was ever truly random. Everything was aligning, shifting, weaving together, bringing you exactly where you were meant to be. Even you, right now, watching this video, you didn't just stumble upon it. You were guided to it. Because deep down, you already knew. You are connected to something much greater than yourself. And once you fully accept this, life changes forever. In this final chapter, we're going to reveal how to enter a state of constant synchronicity. The mindset shift that makes manifestation effortless. Why the greatest synchronicity of all is your own existence. Because when you stop chasing signs and start living in alignment, everything you desire begins flowing to you naturally. Let's bring it all together. Have you ever met someone who seems to live in a different reality? Things just work out for them. Opportunities flow effortlessly into their life. They always seem to be at the right place, at the right time. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's alignment. People who live in a constant state of synchronicity aren't waiting for signs. They have become the sign. Here's what I mean. When you are truly in alignment with who you are, what you desire, and where you're meant to be, you no longer need confirmation. The universe stops whispering. It starts speaking through your actions. It starts moving through your intuition. It starts guiding you from within. Synchronicities are no longer external events. They become the way you move through life. And this is where the real transformation begins. Mind you are, the more frequently they appear. They are not random. They are a tool for manifestation. But how do you reach a state where synchronicity becomes your default mode of living? It all comes down to 3 core principles. Master these, and your entire life shifts. Stop looking for signs. Start trusting yourself. Most people spend their time searching for external confirmation. Should I take this job? Is this person right for me? Am I on the right path? They wait for signs. They ask the universe for proof. They seek validation outside of themselves. But here's the truth. The most powerful synchronicities don't come from the outside. They come from within. When you fully trust yourself, you no longer need constant signs. Your intuition becomes your GPS. The more you act from a place of deep inner knowing, the faster your manifestations unfold. The fewer obstacles appear in your path. The stronger your connection to the universe becomes. Because the universe doesn't respond to hesitation. It responds to certainty. Let go of resistance. Step into flow. Ever notice that the harder you try to force something, the more resistance you create? You chase a goal, and it seems to run away from you. You overthink a decision, and it becomes unclear. You worry about timing, and nothing happens. Why? Because resistance blocks flow. And the moment you let go, the job opportunity arrives. The right person shows up. The answer becomes obvious. This is why people who surrender to the flow of life experience more synchronicities. Try this. The next time you feel stuck, say, I release control and trust that the universe is aligning everything perfectly for me. And then, watch what happens. Become the frequency of what you want to attract. We've talked about this before, but it's worth repeating. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Synchronicities appear when your energy is already in alignment with your desires. Not when you hope. Not when you wish. Not when you wait. If you want love, radiate love. If you want success, embody confidence. If you want abundance, feel abundant now. The universe mirrors your energy. Not your words, not your desires, but your vibration. And the moment you shift your frequency, reality shifts with you. The greatest synchronicity of all is your own existence. Now, take a moment to reflect. Out of billions of possibilities, out of infinite timelines, choices, and circumstances, you are here, right now, reading these words, thinking about the nature of reality, questioning everything you once believed. This is not a coincidence. Your soul has guided you to this exact moment, to remember something you already knew deep inside. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself. And when you fully embrace this, synchronicities become effortless. Manifestation becomes second nature. Life itself becomes a continuous miracle, because at the deepest level, you are the synchronicity you've been looking for. Now that you know the truth about synchronicities, now that you understand how to align with them, attract them, and live in a state of flow, the only question left is, will you continue living on autopilot, or will you step into the reality where miracles happen daily? The choice is yours. If you've been noticing synchronicities, those little signs that seem to be guiding you, this might be one of them. There's a way to tune into the right frequency effortlessly, to shift into the reality you desire and reprogram your subconscious. Without complicated techniques or endless meditation. When the universe sends a sign, it's an invitation to align. If you're feeling this, maybe it's time to take the next step. Click the link in the pinned comment and see for yourself. Your genius wave is already waiting to be activated. Your journey is just beginning.